glad you could all attend. So I see Mama Hall, yep. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody fared well after the weather storm last week. So this is a makeup class from last week, hip mobility and glute strength. So Coach Tyler, tell us what we'll be working on today.
Glute strength, like Brittany said. Yeah. So one of the focuses we're actually going to do today is, instead of just focusing mainly on the strength of it, it's actually activating the glutes. Because like Brittany and I are doing now, and like a lot of us do from the most of our days with work, we sit down a lot, and that deactivates our glutes and actually weakens them. So when you go to do, I'll get to that. But we're doing glute strength today, so I'll come back to that when we get to that portion of the class.
Okay. All right, with every class, we always start in a comfortable seat. So you can either lie on the flat earth if you choose, in your resting pose, or easy sit as Tyler and I are. And really just connect with your breath here. Bring your awareness to center. Pull belly in, core powered on here. Feel the connection with the earth as you take your deep diaphragmatic breaths. Letting go of your day. Just bringing all your thoughts to right here and right now. Allowing your breath to guide you into the present moment. Deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Again, deep inhale through the nose. Gentle pause. Exhale, open mouth. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, let it go. Keeping that same breath, this time with the lips sealed, maintaining that deep ocean-like breath. Again, inhale through the nose. Lips sealed, let it go. 2 more, inhale through the nose. Exhale. Begin to set your intention for your practice here. This month, the focus is surrender. Surrendering into the pose, surrendering to the present, being okay with the journey, and enjoying where you are. We'll be applying that on our mat this evening. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, gazes up. Exhale, right hand down over towards the right side. Left arm up and over, get a nice side stretch here. Inhale, center. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches up. Keep both hips firmly planted on the earth. Nice side body stretch here. Inhale, center. Exhale, hips planted on the earth. Begin to walk the hands forward, opening up through the hips here. Deep breaths. For 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly begin to make your way up into your box pose. Stacking shoulders over wrist, hips over knees, preparing for our cat-cow flow, just waking up the body here. Inhale, drop the belly, chin up, chest opens, gazes up. Exhale, pull belly in, round through the spine, shift the weight forward. Inhale, gazes up. Exhale, round, pull belly in, nice and tight. Inhale, cow pose, gaze up. Exhale, cat pose. 2 more, inhale, deep breaths. And exhale. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, with your cat pose, take a few hip circles here. Maybe shift your weight from side to side. Maybe take a few hip circles. Whatever feels good to you. Maintaining that deep diaphragmatic breath for 3, 2, 1. Switch directions for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, stretching out the wrist. Fingertips can face the edges of the mat, and you can stay here and rock this from side to side, or fingertips rotate back towards the knees and rock this forward and back. Just stretching out our wrist for 5. Deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center. This time, palms face up, counter pose. Create 2 fists with the hands. Bring the fist as close as you can together, straighten through the arms. All right, you'll feel this on the back side of the arms, and rock this forward and back. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant the hands now towards our feet. Flip the toes under. Sit the hips back on the heels. Lean this back. Reach back and make sure all the toes are fleshed on your mat. And maybe you take this back a little bit. This is too much. You can stay leaning forward. You're getting a nice deep toe stretch here. Hi, Lauren. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant hands. Tops of feet flat on the earth. Lean this back, stretching out the ankles. Walk the hands back. Maybe you stay up high, as Tyler is, or you can begin to bring this back. Maybe lift the knees off the earth. Stretch the tops of the feet. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring this back up. Plant the hands and take it away, Tyler, with our ab workout. We'll switch spots here.
Okay. All right. All right, so we got a good little session going there to get a little flexibility, get some movement in us. So now we'll do our ab portion, and then this will get us warmed up. And then we'll go back to Brittany. She'll take us through the flow. And then it comes back to me. And from there, that's when we'll get into our glute portion. All right? So first, we're going to do my favorites. So typically, we'll end with the oblique crunches, but this is my favorite, so we're going to start with them today. So let's go on our side. So, and I'll come up a little bit so you can see Brittany. But hand behind the nape of the neck. And for me, I'll do the full workout. And so it's here, arm down for support. And we crunch to bring the knee to elbow and back down. So focus in here, keeping the leg straight and using these obliques to pull your body up to meet that elbow. Brittany's doing a modified version. So she'll bring the knee up to the elbow without bringing the lower leg up. So this is still, again, focusing on the oblique here. All right? We are here for a rep count of 15, and then we'll roll over to the other side. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good? All right, switch to the other side. Hand behind the neck. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. All right. On our backs, we have the frog crunch. So what we'll do here, bring the feet together, let those legs fall out to the sides. And as you bring the feet together, you're actually pushing them together into each other. And so what you'll feel is tension in your hamstrings. That's what you want to feel. So you feel the tension in your hamstrings. You'll also start to feel the tension in your glutes. The position we want to put our hips in is a neutral position. So make sure there's an arch in the low back. Really bring that low back down, engage the core to do that. Now, hands behind the neck. And here we are, we're just crunching up just like that. Bring the shoulder blades up off the floor and then back down. All right, we're here for 15. Here we go. No racing, just take it nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. And then we'll finish off with some side planks. So the way we will do these, we're in a plank position, and from here, we will simply turn to the side and put our hand up, and then back down, switch to the other side. The goal here is to keep the body from sagging down, so you engage your core, pull you up, and keep a straight line in the body. Modified version, you can put that knee down if you need to, but again, really engage that core. Engage that core each side. Okay? And we're here for 5 each side. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and remember to breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. All right, just a little ab flow, get you warm, and we get into a flow with Brittany.
All right, let's come back into our tabletop position. Again, you can always stay here, or you're welcome to join me in a full downward facing dog, whatever you choose. If you want to take your downward facing dog, flip the toes under, press the hips up nice and high, heels reach towards the earth, the eyes of the elbows are open towards the front of the room, press the chest back towards the thighs, or again, stay in your box pose. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step both feet in between the hands. Here we go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, gazes up, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms by side body. So we call this a sun salutation or just a vignette to help warm us up. Here we go. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive down, deep forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step both feet back. You're in your plank pose. On your knees or on your toes, high to low push-up. On our knees, inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, scoop the chest up, gazes up. Exhale, box pose or downward facing dog. Let's take that again. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step both feet in between the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring this all the way up, gazes up. Exhale, arms by side body. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gazes up. Exhale, swan dive down, deep forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. On your knees or on your toes, high to low push-up. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, low plank. Not all the way down, chest parallel towards the earth. Inhale, scoop that chest up, gazes up. Exhale, downward facing dog or box pose. Last time, inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step both feet in between the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, bring this all the way up, gazes up. Exhale, arms by side body. All right, just a little hip mobility here. Hands on the knees, or hands on the knees, hands on the hips. You'll bring your knee up, take it out. Just a few big hip circles here. Hip abduction and adduction. So we'll take 10 going out. 8, deep breaths. 7, 6, keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg down, left knee is up. Take it out. 10, deep breaths. 9, 8, find balance. 7, hey Ashton. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left foot down, right knee out towards the side, and then pull it in towards the midline. Down and back out. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, keep breathing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right foot down, left knee out towards the sides. Bring it in towards the midline, down and around for 10, 9, Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, deep forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high to low push up. Inhale, scoop the chest up, gaze is up. Exhale, take it back, child's pose. Optional warrior downward facing dog. Big toes touching, knees about the width of the mat. This helps open up the hips as well. Press the hips back towards the heels. Walk the hands forward. You'll feel this opening in the inner thighs, as well as the back. Deep breath here. Take a sip of water as we transition into our glute strengthening portion of the class.
All right. So at the beginning of the class, I was about to get into a deeper explanation of why the glutes are important. So as I was saying earlier, the glutes are like the powerhouse of all the muscles. It's the strongest muscle we have, but when we sit down for so long every day, whether it's work or whatever it is, we inhibit those muscles. And so what we want to focus on is activating those, because if you attempt to get up and do a heavy squat or something, what tends to happen is you start to put pressure on your low back and even your hamstrings to compensate if your glutes aren't in a position to actually fire as the way they should. So what you want to do first is to make sure that those glutes are firing. And so instead of today focusing on a ton of different glute exercises, I think it's important to actually focus on glute activation so that when you do your glute exercises, you're in a position to actually benefit from it, okay? So some of the first things we'll do is lay on our stomachs, and then we'll start to do some of those activation exercises. Okay. So laying on our stomach, here, first thing you want to do is keep that leg straight. We'll start with our right leg, keep it straight, and just lift it straight off the ground. Now as we do that, we want to fire from the glute. And this is a good indicator. When you lift that leg up, get a feel. Do you feel more tension in your glute or in your hamstring? You'll feel some in your hamstring, but you really want to feel that glute firing to get that leg up. So here we're going to do some pulses there, and we'll start to feel that glute activation, okay? So here we are. We're going up for 1, 2, and back down. We're here for 10. Let's go. 2, 3. And as you do this, remember to engage the core so that you don't have any arching of the low back. You want to keep that neutral spine. 6, 7. Get that leg up as high as you can. 8, 9, and 10. All right. Now up here you should start feeling a little burn in that glute. Let's switch and do the other one. There's 1, 2. Remember to really get it up there. 3. And keep that core engaged. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay. Next glute activation exercise, let's roll over into our backs. And here we're doing a bridge. So feet flat on the ground, knees up. Put your hands down to your sides here. The focus here is to make sure, again, take that arch out of your lower back. So engage the core, make sure the back is flat on the floor. And from here, there are 2 ways to do this. You can actually do this with your heels, but if you do it with your heels, you'll actually start to feel your hamstrings activate. So what you would like to do is instead kind of simulate like you're trying to push your feet away from you, and that'll help engage the glutes more from there. So as we do it, pushing away, get high off the ground. So as you can see, I have my straight line through the body, pushing up, really engaging through the glutes. From here, keeping that straight line through the body. You can relax the hands on the sides and get a really good squeeze in the glutes and back down. Okay, we're here for a count of 10. Let's go. There's 1, back down, 2, back down, 3, back down, squeeze, 4, remember breathe, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Okay, so the next one is going to be the same exercise, but this time it's single leg. The single leg is beneficial in actually isolating if you have any imbalances or weaknesses on one side of the body. So you may see some people who will have, some tension on one side of the back and not on the other. That can be imbalances in the way the muscles are firing. So what we'll do, same thing, but this time we'll shoot one leg into the air. All right? And so now we're pushing off of one leg, and let's see if that glute activates. We'll go ahead and really get a good tight squeeze in there and hold it, same thing, for a count of 10. All righty? Here we go. There's 1. Try to get up as high as you can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, remember to breathe, 9, and 10.
My quads are burning.
Quads? Well, you'll feel it a little bit. All right. Switch sides. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. All right. So by now you should start to feel some real fire in those glutes. Okay. Get a little will out there. All right. So now we're gonna lay on our side. So I'll demonstrate on Brittany first, and then I'll go ahead and lay down and let you guys do it. So bend those knees, bring them in about right there, right here, okay? And so with this arm that's down, put it behind to support your neck. So lay down flat, yep. Support the neck there, all right? So take this hand and put your thumb right in front of the hip bone and put this one right on your glute, okay? And so this is called a clamshell. What you'll do here is just open up, yep. Keep that foot in contact with the other. Yep, so it's just like a shell, opening just like that, all right? And just like that. And as you come up, make sure you get a really good squeeze there. So the other exercises we did, focus on the gluteus maximus. This will hit the side, the medius. So now we're getting all aspects of the glute.
You got a nice round booty.
A strong one.
Okay.
All right.
Put them in, yeah.
So here we go. We're here for a set of 10. And here's the thing. We're doing sets of 10 on our exercises. You don't have to do 10. If you feel up to 6, if that's where you are today, that's fine. But stay within yourself. Don't go over what you're able to do. Just do what you can and strive to do more next time, okay? All right, so here we are for 10. 1, 2, and make sure that you're not rolling back. You want to stay right up on that hip. So not here, just staying right on. There you go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, let's switch to the other side. Okay, same thing. Hand down for support, hands on the hips, so you can actually feel that activation. Slight bend in the leg, making sure you stay up on the hip bones, not rolling back. And here we go for 10. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Okay, so we're going to a box pose now. And these are some you're probably familiar with, but they are highly effective. We'll do fire hydrants first.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so for the fire hydrants, it's important here to always keep a neutral spine. Yep, there you go. So you don't want any arches in the low back. You can start to feel that tightness and tension there. So make sure you keep your core engaged. Get a good box pose, hands right up under the shoulders. And from here, without tilting, we're just raising that knee out to the side. And when I say without tilting, meaning without turning up to try to get it higher. It's not about how high you can get it, it's about how you can engage that glute to get it up, okay? So we are here for a count of 10. Let's go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, switching sides. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember to breathe. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Now, donkey kicks. So this one, same thing. Make sure that the core is engaged, keeping the spine neutral. But this time, we're actually kicking the leg behind us this time. So again, it's not about trying to get it as high as you can. Pulling it up extra high will actually put an arch in your lower back. You don't want that. Make sure you keep that back neutral. And it's like I said, about the same with the fire hydrant. It's about glute activation and getting it up and getting that glute to contract.
I like to say like you're kicking a hole in the ceiling, so you keep a 90-degree bend in that knee. I like to keep my toes flexed and I press the heel up to really engage that glute.
Yeah. All right, so we're here for 10. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, engage that core. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Switching sides. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. All right. Now we've done quite a few glute activation exercises. Now we'll stand and actually do a few glute exercises. But the thing here is to remember to connect with the muscle, and we'll do these slow so that we can make sure we're actually feeling those contractions. Okay? So it's on our feet. And here we'll do what's called more of like an RDL simulation. These are typically done with weights, but we're doing them just for the fact of trying to get the feel to make sure that we have the technique and feel right. So just for simplicity, we're here, feet about shoulder width apart, keeping that back straight, core engaged, and we'll bend over, but instead of bending over here, we're bending over by pushing our hips back. So keep a soft bend in the knees, so we're not completely stiff here. We're pushing the hips back, soft bend in the knees. You'll feel a stretch in the hamstrings and also a stretch through the glutes. And as we come back up, really pull yourself up with the glutes. And at the top, get a really tight squeeze, okay? The key here is to go slow. As we go slow, we really feel that contraction, okay? All right, so I'll talk us through it once again. So feet shoulder width apart, back flat, abs and core engaged, and we start to push the hips back, soft through the knees, so that as our hips go back, our knees bend, Not bending because we're intentionally doing it, but bending because the hips are going back. All right, and we get here, and we feel a good stretch in the hamstrings, stretching the glutes, and engage those glutes. So engage those glutes to pull you back up, and get a squeeze at the top. There we go, there's one. We're here for 10. Down, and back up. There's 2, and back down for 3. And the key here is to stop when you feel that the hamstring contraction is getting really, really tight, because from that point, if you continue to go, your hamstrings are no longer moving back anymore. It comes from your low back. You don't want that to come from your low back. You want to keep that spine neutral, all right? Is that 5 there you want? All right, here we go. Number 6, so we're going down, down, down. And right here for me, that's where I stop. That's where if I continue to go, it comes from my back, all right? 7. 8. Here you go. Hang in there. Feel the burn. 9. And 10. Good job. Okay. Now we'll just do a weightless squat, kind of a goblet squat. But the reason we'll call it that is because of the position of our hands. Hands won't be at the sides, they'll actually be here. This will help us to keep our torso straight up. So from here, feet a little wider than shoulder width apart. And you'll notice that my feet aren't completely straight. They are turned out so that as I squat down, my knees are right in alignment with my feet angle. So that way I don't mess up my knees, those are important. So here's we go. We go down. Remember, keeping the core engaged. We get to the bottom, pushing the glutes back, and we stop here. And our range of motion will be different for some. Some can go here, some can actually get down pretty low. But the key here is to get down here and really feel those glutes engaged to support you, and then you come back up. Okay? All right, we're here for 10. So down we go. Nice and slow.
The slower the better.
Yep, nice and slow. You feel that glute engaged, then you come back up. Get a good squeeze at the top. And back down. Feel engaged. There you go. And back down. And up. And down. That's halfway there. Here we go. Here's 6. And up. 7. 8. Last 2. 9. And 10. Good job. Feel that? Mm-hmm. All right. Last one is just a stationary lunge. So you have a couple of options with this because I prefer going forward. But you can go forward, you can go back, whatever feels best for you. But essentially, here's where we are. So feet. You know what? Feet about shoulder width apart, and then we'll just step forward. Remember, keeping the core engaged. So stepping forward, down, and using this leg. You really use that glute, the quad, to lift you back up, and you come back. And if you want, see how you do that.
Yeah, let's step back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you want, Brittany first, and step back. Yeah. And from here, you're actually using this quad and this glute to bring you back up.
Yeah. I just feel more stable that way.
What I like to do is I actually like to go forward, then back, and then switch. So pick your poison, but it all pays off. All right, so we're here for 5 each side. Let's go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Hang in there. 9. And 10. Woo! Good job. All right. So at this point, we've activated the glutes, got in a couple of exercises. You should feel some tension in there. They're really firing now. So that was the goal for today. If you have any questions, you can let me know, and then we'll switch back out and Brittany will close out the inflow.
All right, guys, time for your inflow. Let's go ahead and take a seat, towel off. This is my water. Get your water. Maybe grab a towel or a pillow. So this is your first time taking yin. Typically, what yin does is it's held anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. We're just gonna hold the poses for 3 minutes today. And what this does is it helps to stretch the connective tissues that connect ligaments, muscles, and things so that you get a nice deeper stretch, and it does help with range of motion and mobility as well. So we'll start by slowing down the music to kind of set the tone here. And again, when I said at the beginning of class that we're going to set our intention, bring that intention back to the forefront of your mind here. So we're going to start in just a wide child's pose. We're going to do this one for 1 minute. Big toes touching, means about the width of the mat. Walk the hands forward, and you'll really feel this stretch in the thighs as you bring the chest down towards the earth. Allow your body to really melt here. And throughout these poses, I won't do a lot of talking. This is kind of your meditation time, your time to reflect and really tune into your breath work here. So we'll be here for a minute. Last 3 breaths here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Last full breath. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. All right. Slowly make your way up. Whenever you're ready, into your box pose. Inhale, send that right leg back. Exhale, step the right foot on the outside of the right hand. So you can stay here if you choose. If you want to make this more of a yin style pose, we'll take it into a full lizard. So you'll take that left knee back, really press into the hips here. So you'll feel this on the left hip flexors and maybe in that right glute here. So you're pressing into the earth with the hands here, and then you'll press the hips down. We'll be here for 3 minutes, but at any point, if you feel this is too much, you can always come down and wait for us, or you can just take it a little bit deeper if you want. Maybe take that leg straight, or just stay here. Your choice. Towels, blankets, whatever you choose. Your practice. Maybe come down on the forearms. We're here for 3 minutes. Find your practice. Breathe here. The goal is to not do a lot of moving and to allow your body to open up. So stay where you can comfortably. They say that when you're ready to get out of the pose, that's when the pose actually starts. So we're halfway there. Keep breathing. Really hone in on the breath here. Keep that deep diaphragmatic breath. Take about 5 more deep breaths here. Last full breath. Slowly make your way back into your box, taking your time there. Maybe straighten that leg, bring it back. And from here, just shift the weight from side to side. So what you're doing here is you're really releasing any tension, any tightness by really allowing your body to melt into the pose. All right, so our next one is pigeon pose. Inhale, send that right leg back. Exhale, right knee to right wrist. And if this is too intense, you can just send the hips back and you can create like a Z shape like I am here. So where the right sole is at the top of that left leg. And you can simply fold over here. You'll still get that deep stretch. Or you can take a full pigeon pose. See, Tyler's showing one variation with a bent back leg. Or you can take that back leg straight. And what I like to do is take a couple of pillows or a blanket, place that underneath that right hip. And that right heel is a little bit further in towards the midline. And then I just gently fold over that right leg. So we call this reclining pigeon. All right, find your breath here. We're here for 3 minutes, deep breaths. body to really open up and just breathe. Last 3 deep breaths here. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale. Slowly make your way up. Listen here, you'll send that right hip down and you'll swing that left leg forward. We're only going to be here for a minute. Fire log pose. This one is a little more intense depending on how deeply you'd like to go. You'll stack the left shin on top of the right so you can tell, how flexible your hips are by the ability to get into this pose. And sometimes within the pose you might find yourself getting a little bit deeper as time passes. But what you want to start with is getting that foot kind of on top of that thigh here, stacking shins. If you need a block or pillow, you can place it underneath that left knee. But from here, you can stay up high or slowly begin to walk the hands forward. We'll only be here for 1 full minute, okay? All right, deep breaths and breathe. Last 3 deep breaths here. Last 2. Last full breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale down. All right. Slowly make your way up. Plant the soles of the feet down on the earth. And we'll windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Gentle release here, deep breaths. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, whenever you're ready, make your way into your box pose. Second side, and then we'll take it on down. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, step the left foot on the outside of that left hand. Again, you can stay up high if you choose, or really begin to work on that right hip flexor. As you press the hips forward, maybe you'll feel on that left glute. You can stay up high if you choose, or begin to come down with forearms. We'll be here for 3 minutes, so whatever you can hold comfortably with breath. Here we go. chin. I'm going to brush you to your mat. Allow that to guide you through this last full minute. Last full 5 deep breaths here. Last 2. Last full breath. When you're ready, plant the hands. Maybe straighten through that left leg. Release here, send it back. In your box pose. Hip circles here from side to side. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, send that left leg back. Exhale, pigeon pose again. You can maybe send the hips over to the left side as you take more of a L shape here and fold over that leg, maybe 2 bent knees. Or you can take the full pigeon pose, reclining pigeon, by taking that back knee flat, flush on the earth, and then maybe take a block or blanket or pillow under that left hip. Your choice. Bring it all the way down. 3 minutes here, deep breaths. Really getting into that left hip here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale. deep breaths here. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale. All right, slowly make your way up. Same thing we did on the opposite side. Fire lock pose, swing that back leg forward. Stacking shins here. Again, this pose can be more intense depending on how deep you take it. Again, you can always place a block, pillow, blanket underneath that opposite knee. And you'll gently begin to fold over the legs here. 1 minute. Deep breath. Full breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let go. Inhale, slowly make your way up. We have our last pose, our resting pose, but we'll take this a little bit differently. If you have your pillow or blanket, you'll place that up along the upper portion of your back. So I like to take a block, or you can use a blanket. You'll take the pillow in between the shoulder blades. So this is just a gentle heart opener, but we'll add a butterfly pose to allow the hips to open as well. Again, if this is too much, you can always just take the legs forward, or depending on how close you have the heels towards the body, that takes it a little bit deeper. So we'll be here just for a few minutes. And then we'll close out the class from here. What this practice does, it allows you to sit with yourself and really take notice of your body and become aware of your body, where you may hold any tension, any tightness. Usually we're going through the day so quickly, we don't take a lot of time to just be still and breathe. And that's what this practice allows for us. To relax with breath and to get a nice deep stretch too. Take about 3 more breaths here. Mindfully relaxing any tension, allowing your body to surrender here. Last 2. Last 1. Whenever you're ready, slowly roll over to the left side. Taking 1 full breath here. Taking your time to come up. No rush. And once you find your comfortable seat, Take your right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. Feel free to repeat after me. May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I be well.
May I be well.
May I be healthy.
May I be healthy.
May I be whole.
May I be whole.
Hands at heart center. Namaste. Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys. Congrats. You made it through your class. Thank you for joining.